And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another match number 2 of our 3-match scheduled situation here for the Super Mario Brothers 3 Randomizer tournament. It's another group stage matchup. My name is Matt H. I'm about to be joined by Diesel Pilot as we are about ready to go with this race.
All right, guys, looks like we're starting. I'm gonna go ahead and mute up. And I will probably send a short message in between the match. It's 2 matches back to back, and all that good stuff. So thanks for the good luck, appreciate it. And
I don't think anything else in there. He's just providing the old commentary. Just waiting for the other person to jump in. There we go. There's Diesel.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Hi, Diesel. We hear you. By the way, you're supposed to click live on air when you do the thing.
Oh.
Don't mind Diesel Pilot. He is new at this. He's learning the ropes.
Sorry about that.
We're having two games in this matchup. The first game is Tournament Flags 1. And what it is the world order is vanilla. It will be straight up 1 through 8. Everything else is randomized with everything in the world staying the same except just shuffled up. You'll see how this goes. Of course, game number 2, a randomizer you know and love. Our race here between SDiezal and DarkShadows59.
So I haven't had an opportunity to see these 2 players play, but I've seen some of the other matches, and I'm looking forward to great things.
And for those wondering, yes, we did notice the hot mic. We just send up the flag to go. You're about to see the race go, and here we go. Race number 1 is off and running. 2 fortresses. What happens here, ladies and gentlemen, is that first fort. The first fort is technically vanilla, but as you see, we have a World 6 fort. It's gone from World 6, or it will be replaced by something else.
So we get that carpet fort, and it looks like we have one snipe already from a boo. We're making progress now. Getting back on down the road.
Of course, we'll tell you which group it is in a few minutes here as I tell you what's going on. All right, so this is a Group B. This is a Group D stage. SDiezal, 7 wins, undefeated so far in this. 7 wins, 1 loss, excuse me. And it's taking on... Who is he taking on? Dark Shadows. This is a different name on the group situation here, so we don't know. I'm assuming it's DL and Flay, but we all I know is and brought up in there.
Diesel has some fun trying to dodge both the Piranha and the Angry Sun, but manages to get that extra mushroom for an extra hit point. Looks like he's clearing the stage now.
And he has cleared it, does Diesel, and Shadows is in 1-4, and obviously you see the enemies are randomized. You don't know what you do get. What you do get, however, is almost every stage is the auto scroll. There are, of course, 2 exceptions. One is a beta level that you will see in a few moments.
And it is everybody's favorite auto scroller, but without the auto scroll, it makes the life a lot quicker.
Makes sense. Here's that's a Group J situation. I am so sorry. We have Dark Shadows is just starting his campaign. SDiezal has lost twice in his first race.
So we have both runners end up taking an unfortunate hit with the water and the Boomerang Brothers at the same time. And SDiezal has to make a second trip to that challenge.
Yeah, I got the wrong thing. Ladies and gentlemen. I'm about to put in the right page here. Got the wrong notes. But meanwhile, Dark Shadows just finishing up his World 1. He is actually pretty looking good. Under 4 minutes for the first roll. That's actually pretty good.
I didn't catch the number of hits on Larry. We'll probably get that soon here with SDiezal. As he makes his way in with the star.
Yeah, the one, of course, the star doesn't do anything. It does protect you from hits. 2-hitter, but with a heavy goopling to start.
Indeed. And Princess still asked if he wanted to dance with Ganon by the pale moonlight. Did not see the award. But we are able to skip a couple of levels with the pipe.
Meanwhile, we're in World 2. Do you smell what the Thwomp is cooking? Yeah, I know. It really stinks. Yeah, that. 2-hitter, we begin with 2-Uno. Of course, the map is a little different, as you...
Diesel checks to see he doesn't have a hammer, so he's going to also go and play 2-1 with Yanagir-san impersonating itself. And Shadows is able to take a couple of tries at the end card stage, but doesn't get any matches. So we don't quite yet get to see what any of the awards are for that one.
Yeah, not much to declare here at this point. The Dark Shadow has a slight lead at this point. They're both on the same stage, so this will be very close to the very end.
Oh, and being sniped by the Blooper Nanny.
Yeah, Blooper Nanny takes down SDiezal. Unfortunate. It's quite unfortunate, but he does have a star to play with. That's going to help him out a little bit.
It'll help, and I think it looks like he's going to take on the stage by just riding on top of the bricks the rest of the way.
Sometimes that's just a better strat. Sometimes that's what it is.
And Shadows
entering his 2 fort.
Gets a 1-up for his trouble to match through the flomps, but probably would have preferred at least a mushroom out of that.
Dark Shadow's taking the top out. He's small. SDiezal, meanwhile, taking down that hammer, brah. And of course, as you see, he needs to take that fort because that fort locks the airship to the end of World 2.
All right, we can see that now. Dark Shadow unlocking that fort and taking out a Firebro.
Firebro gives him a star for his troubles. A 1-up in the fort. And there is our instead of an angry sun, we got a big old Koopa over there.
Well, you never know what the randomizer's going to throw at you. Sometimes it throws an angry sun. Sometimes it throws giant, angry, ugly Goombas.
Just like this big boy over there. Dark Shadows will take care of that desert stage right quick, like he gets that done. Fairly pedestrian seed so far. Only 2 forts were out of place in World 1. We're not going to see those on the map, but they are going to be replaced by either other levels or otherwise.
Dark Shadow's hit on that Sludge Brother reminds me of one I saw the other night where somebody hit the brick and as he was coming down was able to smash the Sludge Brother who was actually jumping up to the level above him.
Yeah, but I was wondering, that was indeed a hammer suit.
Ooh.
We saw a hammer suit, so if they keep it, we have a hammer suit ending here. We have a P-Wing as well over on Diesel's side. Oh, bad catch with the hip flop Hawks there with with this one, but it's a normal 3-hitter for Dark Shadows. He maintains a lead.
So Morton not being all that salty, even though he does have the one little hitbox shenanigan, Dark Shadows is able to take care of it with about another 4 minutes on completing World 2.
So we have a 3-hitter here now. We have a king that was angry about being turned back into a human. Well, we're sorry, but we got to do our job, pal.
Right?
We're entering World 3. We have a pipe check right off the bat. Do we have a gratis World 3? That's free, by the way. Not exactly, but it is cut in half, or at least in thirds. We have a Hammer Brother situation here, with Dark Shadows taking care of business. We have a Hammer suit for Dark Shadows.
So the Hammer suit, but no hammer. He's looking around to see what he'll take next, and he's going to go 3-1.
Probably going to try to find a way to break that lock. And there's an extra power up if he wants it, and he wants it. He's got to get mushroom for his trouble. And we did have a fire flower in the letter.
And with that completion with SDiezal, looks like Dark Shadow on that has about a 58-second lead going into
just about a minute apart, but this is a lead at this point, not a truly massive one. Diesel's not gonna did his pipe check. He's gonna go through his 3-1. We have an end card. We have yet to have visited some end cards, I believe. So we're going to make a quick check. Dark Shadows gets one match and a mistake, and that's all he's gonna get. He doesn't get mushrooms, but the mushroom gave out a fire flower. Meanwhile, SDiezal picks up a 5-star frog splash, 5 up for that cutscene.
And he will have an opportunity to take his end card if he wants it.
He doesn't. He's going to go straight to the pipe to check. Nothing yet. So it looks like we have a key situation. You have to beat a fortress because that is a locked tunnel. And by virtue of that, well, we have, ladies and gentlemen, what we call, you got to beat a fort to get through that pipe, because that pipe will be the way to Wendy's castle. Or airship, whichever you prefer, of course.
And with Shadow finishing up his fort, we'll see where that takes us. Oh, wow. I didn't realize Diesel was going to pick up the mushroom on the door transition.
And he does find it. He has found the one fort that beats that opens up the path, and there you go. Of course, that would have helped. A hammer would have helped. We have not seen any hammers yet. Of course, hammers do break rocks and logs. They don't build bridges. SDiezal keeps hammer bro hunting. He's going to pick up a cloud. That will be interesting.
Could be quite valuable in the later stages.
One hit on Wendy. Gets hit with a box with 2 rings. He's got to get 3 hits. 4 hit Wendy.
So her strength and conditioning coach has done some work, but not quite enough for Shadow to take her out.
So Shadow into lead after 3, but Diesel going into his Wendy fight.
It looks like Diesel has managed to trim down the lead that Shadow had going into the stage. Perhaps. There he goes.
And he gets it done. We enter World 4.
A fort to start out with.
Shadow's not going to take any chance. He's going to go straight to the fortress before he enters the tunnel. And that was also nicely done by Diesel. That was a beautiful Wendy fight.
It had me on my had me on the edge of my seat for a moment there, but he managed to take it out. Diesel
enter World 4, Shadows doing take care of his boom boom right quick like.
Diesel likewise decides to take a look at the fortress instead of trying the pipe first. And did that fortress build the bridge on the other side by the castle?
It did? That is strange. We usually see the bridge on the other side, but all you gotta do is beat a couple of Hammer Brothers in a couple of levels, and you're at the end. That's
a jet speed.
That's a very weird bridge placement. I'm not gonna lie. It did, obviously, but
oh yeah, looking at Diesel's,
it
obviously
the gap is. Yeah, usually the fortress is where World 5 is on the map. That is a strange placement. For those wondering, that's not a free world in technicality. But that is so we have hammers. And Diesel went hunting, he got a hammer from the hammers, brah. And that is that was a Jet World 4 though. Not a free one, but definitely a quick one.
Looking at our time here, looks like it's going to take Dark Shadows about 2.5 minutes to finish this with a 2-hit Koopa.
2-hit Koopaling to take care of business, and he does so.
Both of them going in with firepower and not even needing it. And now our race is very tight.
It is tight now. It's within about 30 seconds, just about.
See what our prize is for.
The prize happens to be a frog suit, as we enter World 5.
Suppose
Most Fire Fortress, so one of the pipes goes straight out. There we go. We go straight. Excuse DarkShadow59 as he kisses the sky. And of course, if he so wishes to go back downstairs to go for some extra items, he can. The pipe is just in the way of the World 5 airship, and Diesel
missing the hit.
Having some luck, missing a very rare miss. He's gonna go through a heel. That's what I call it, because
heel
for hail. That's my poor excuse of an accent. That's what it is. What can you do? I'm Canadian. What can you do?
That's quite all right. I used to always call it the sewers.
Well, he makes it through the sewers with nearly a trouble.
Indeed. And he is going to bypass the end card for now, going on into the sky level.
He's got a few options if he would so wishes. He's got one situation to take care of. He'll do that. And Dark Shadows takes an option to take the cloud, and he's going to P-wing it. Now, I didn't enter the pipe to secure that situation. He could have just gone into that pipe and right back out. That could have secured it and not have to go through the fortress. But he might be confident enough that he may not need it. No, he didn't even need it. That was a heavy one, but a light one at the same time. This is becoming a very cheap situation.
So we're finishing World 5 at about the 17-minute mark for Dark Shadows, and
this is the Jet Seed.
It is looking that way for sure. Our Old Man King.
And Diesel going through the same strats and doing exactly what I would have done. Entering, here's what happens. You go into the pipe. It's the same as an action level. So if you do, unfortunately, lose 100 coins or lose a Mario in this situation, it's a free pass. You don't have to go through through the fortress to regain your footing. But whereas Diesel's about to find out, he nearly need it. Into World 6 with Dark Shadows going through his fort. That was an easy way. I don't think it's going to be that simple, but we do know that some forts were removed from World 6. So we'll see.
And, oh, no star in the normal star block, but he does get his power-up back. So, a power-up, not his.
And no, nothing at all. Just a straight-up leaf.
Could make the Boom Boom fight a little easier, but at this level of play, don't think easier is really necessary.
No, this is simply, get it done.
And it was another frog suit from the Princess letter. Ah, 6-5 or World 1-5 or World 6.
I think Diesel thought he could get away with the damage boost strat, but unfortunately that was not meant to be. He's going to use one of his frog suits to get a second take, but the Putaboo says nope, sir. But
nice.
He gets his leaf and a damage boost. Now he gets it done. Meanwhile, Dark Shadows taking on some Boomerang Brothers. Gets that done, picks up a mushy.
Nice play, fighting the brothers again.
We hear a lot of movement over Dark Shadows, but he's got a pipe check. He'll take care of that. And not what he had wished for. Is he going to break the rock? He does.
Looks like he will.
I don't think he's going to be happy about what he finds. Maybe not. Okay.
So, Rock, yeah.
Not the best strat, not the best outcome, but still saves him some time, and he gets his hammer back. The Hammer Brother.
So, life isn't too bad in exchange, but
he's got a boat to go through. Of course, that's the auto scroll that's for your speed running pleasure. And two Boomerang Bros to take care of business. He's got a damage.
Oh, no.
A bad jump. Bad jump and hitbox and a bye-bye. Though the Hammer Brothers are not the same. He's gonna use a star and get his star back. Meanwhile, he enters 4, 6. And Lag City, lots of projectiles here.
Always at that portion of the level.
Good is adorable in the chat. Dark Shadows playing really dang well. All that death aside, that's true. He is having a great race. Both actually only had suffered, I think, 1 or 2 deaths. A complete accident.
Oh no!
Dark Shadows. Bump this, uses his hammer, breaks the other rock, and what's he doing? Fire bro. And he could have tried for that sub-pixel skip, but he's gonna go straight vanilla on this one. And for those saying that's commentator curse, yeah, but then again, we didn't know. We don't know.
Oh, Diesel's having a little bit of trouble, a little bit of time with this Hammer Brother.
Hammer Brother is throwing a lot of hammers, but
he gets a hammer and a mushroom. So his trouble pays off some. Now he gets the spinner level from 6-4.
Hopefully we'll have a little bit of luck.
Let's see how it goes. I wasn't sure when
we have the appearance of a boss bass, sorry.
Oh, yes.
And almost got eaten by Dark Shadows there.
He's on the very low plane, that boss bass, so it looks like he'll be able to just run on and get his way out.
Good reflexes.
Diesel,
be
check it
commended.
out.
We got another fortress here. We have our World 6-2.
And Diesel gets one of the perfect sub-pixel jumps, but wasn't able to clear that.
You did see that. He did try to go for it. He did have that sub pixel, but just the timing was off, unfortunately.
So he'll take the top order with the Munchers, instead of having to go all the way through the underwater frosty lagoon. Gets sniped by a Cheep, but he's still got a mushroom to give, so he'll give up that mushroom and make his way out. Shadows clearing the fort. And with that all taken care of, he's got a free ride to the airship.
And he does. He's got to P-wing it because he's got it. And DarkShadows about to enter World 7 in maintaining his lead so far.
Indeed. Lemmy's giving him just a little bit of trouble, but with the P-wing, he'll be able to...
2-hit, 3 regular hitter. Well, a regular 3-hitter for DarkShadows. He takes care of that business. Entering World 7, not in the most comfortable of leads, but definitely in a situation where it is his race to lose at this point.
I'd agree. He's
but we have a World 7 and the World 8 to contend.
Diesel is going to have to pay the 100-coin bounty to re-enter the fortress, the ice fortress again. And this time he takes a P-wing.
In the letter entering World 7, we have a free pipe check. Should DarkShadows, but he has used his hammers, so he can't break that lock. But he does have a free pipe check, landing him right in front of a piranha plant situation.
Choosing to alt for the use the tail to slow your descent strat instead of those pause strat for the Munchers.
For those wondering, he had one hammer. He got his hammer back, and he used that hammer for another rock in World 6 after getting trolled by that 6-4. We enter Fort Knox next.
And Shadows is quickly through Fort Knox.
Takes care of business there.
Diesel finishing up World 6 now.
Of course, the goal, and of course, that situation breaks the lock. He's got to backtrack and check and find himself right at the end of the Isle of Happiness. He found the fort. He found the lucky fort. All he has to do is contend with one more piranha plant. He's at the airship.
So same Fort Knox was the key to World 7.
On a P-wing in that situation as well. No hammers to break locks and going into World 8, but oh no, he does have one more hammer.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so he does have one more hammer. So if he so chooses, he can break a lock. But of course, in World 8, it is a great equalizer. You still got to find the keep and the way to the castle. There might be a bridge to be built.
Diesel is making his way to 7-3. The old sliding hills and Lakitu stage.
2-hit for Ludwig. High jumper. This one. This will be tough. He's got 3, and that's all he needs. Ooh, tough one to finish off the Koopaling strats. As we enter HE double hockey sticks, Dark Shadows is in the lead. So far, the worlds have been pretty quick, all things considered. Well, the only long one was really World 6, but we knew that was going to be long.
It seems to stay that way. And Diesel ends up at the island with nothing to give. And he's still looking around for some pipes to figure out where he wants to go.
And the hand level sucks Dark Shadows in. Now, of course, all hand levels are available on World 8 only, but they offer the same thing as you're about to say. This particular seed offered up a leaf, so it was straight vanilla strats.
Vanilla
hand levels. We have one pipe to check.
Oh.
Shadows is going to take care of. Oh, I saw
Diesel
what you're
is
saying.
struggling.
Diesel is oh, he's got a star, so that's got to help him out a little bit.
Be able to get at least right up to the tunnel of love and through it. Does he have another one? No, and mushrooms.
Oh, he loses a mushroom and a wall.
no.
Hotfoot takes down Diesel.
It's gonna
I get the feeling he doesn't know that fortress, that the one fortress he saw, because we have not seen Fort Knox out the side of Diesel.
That's correct. He's avoided it so far.
He's going a long way around, and he's going to regret that. So Dark Shadows, pretty much on the virtue of that, in a big lead. Now it's just a matter of finding where now for Shadows. It's just a matter of finding the keep. He's got a U-turn. He knows he's got a fort to contend with. He's got two more pipes to check. And nope, right at the beginning of the hand bridge. He's gonna check one more. And what he finds is the keep, but he has to build two bridges. So we have two forts to beat, two orbs to absorb. That is bad luck. We need to find our way to the dark room, but he is going to go through his, his 8 fort. He's going to take care of his 8 fort now.
And with that, he'll see how he does with the P-switch. The one cycle in the door fort.
Oh, we got lucky with the hitbox. That Thwomp's hitbox there. He's got a star, so it's going to help him out a little bit.
Always love being able to put my face right up to Thwomp without having him to say anything, sort of I'm not touching you.
And he gets into one cycle. He's got damage boost, and he gets it.
Nice run.
Yeah, Diesel. Meanwhile, on Diesel's side, has he found? No, he's making his way. He is. Wow, I think Dark Shadows got lucky here because Diesel is running around trying to find.
It looks like he's on the island with the fort, and he will take Fort Knox now. He's got a.
He's got Fort Knox. Yeah, he's got to find the room with the free stuff. Because of course we have a room with the free stuff. Otherwise, you're pretty much stuck. It is, for those wondering, there are some levels where you need flight to fix. Those items are not randomized because you do need them, and well, we're not gonna. It would soft lock you, and that's not cool.
The Shadow's finishing up the Boom Boom fight.
That's one down. Now he's taking down 2 orbs. He's taking in 2 orbs. He figures, does that build both bridges? We're about to find out. It does. So the 8 fort and was that Navy?
I was paying attention to the diesel at the moment, at that time.
Huh. Well, whatever the matter it is, we have a world, an 8-1 to contend with. And he is he is risking his, well, I believe he's got
He
two
does
hammers.
have another hammer. He does have another
He does
hammer.
have another hammer suit. You know, it's a big risk. It is a risk. But he is going to do it.
And he now has a spare, just in case.
So, does he have a star? He does. He's going to use it. Avoid a couple of lasers. Of course, lasers and flame patterns are randomized for both the bottom and top paths.
A tricky surprise that our randomizer Meister Fred threw into it.
Including the wild hotfoot that tried to play goalie.
Can you blame
Well,
him,
Dark
though?
Shadows, he's going to initiate the world's most famous clip eventually. He'll get it. He's going to get it. Give him a minute.
It can be trolly.
It can be trolly sometimes. There you
There
go.
he
He
is.
gets for the world's most famous clip. And he jumps in. Is he going to take top path or bottom path? He chooses top path. And he tried for the clip. I see what he did, but ooh, trouble.
He gets the
Avoids
statue.
the laser. Now he's got to contend with the randomized flame pattern. No lasers at the end, so he is home free. He is going to send out your GGs for race 1. Down goes Bowser as SDiezal just about to enter World 8. As we see Dark Shadows. Get this in SRL. He enters the door.
35.
Time 35:10. Official SRL time.
Nice race.
Now we just see SDiezal. Oh, that was a little difficult. A bit of a difficulty for SDiezal. He's got super tanks now. I'm just listening to the music. It's nice. It's different. And down goes Boom Boom. That was one of the, I believe that was super tanks.
So it's a super tank
Had
not
the other one, so we're about to find out. Diesel is probably thinking the same thing. He's gonna double check, or he's still exploring, and we don't know.
He does need to
Now,
get
we
that
know,
one forward.
the other bridge was built by that 8 fort. So Diesel's got to find his keep. And I actually know that super tanks did not build. Okay. That could have been Navy.
That was
Diesel's
your.
gonna build one of his bridges. We know that the fort was what built one of the bridges. So yeah, it was indeed Navy. Thank you, Wizra. Whoa, thank you.
Oh.
Oh.
Did Diesel just?
We have a forfeit? We do. We do have a forfeit.
Okay.
All right. So, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we have a forfeit over at Diesel for race number 1. It looks like it didn't matter. And now we're going to take about a few minutes to take care of business for the first situation. And we are going to launch race number 2. It's going to take a few minutes, ladies and gentlemen. As we enter the seeds in SRL so everyone could set up the situation. So it's going to be a few minutes for everyone to set up the seed for Journey Flags 2. This the difference between 1 and 2. 2, everything's randomized. The world order, the situation, the enemies, and everything else. The world order will be different. In fact, for those of you playing at home, in a few minutes when we set up the flag, please, ladies and gentlemen, guess which one will be our first world. We're gonna do that in a few minutes. Don't enter your guesses now. We'll get to that now. All right, now we are back. We have our racers are just about ready to get it on for race number 2. As we mentioned, they're setting up. So it's still, for those joining us for this race, it's SDiezal versus DarkShadows59 with Dark Shadows. This is the second of 2 races we'll be doing in this matchup, obviously. Group J, Matty J and Diesel Pilot here with. The gentlemen are the racers, as you see, are setting up their seeds for race number 2, which is under Journey Flags 2. Everything is randomized, as you see. All the auto scroll things are the auto scroll except for 2. Ooh, and the only thing that is vanilla is World 8, because you get the World 8 to find the keep, and the fight the Koopa, to beat the game, and to beat the game first. That's how you win the race, as you plainly saw. Just a quick reminder of what's coming up down the pipe in about a few short minutes. You're about to see the race between Human Mustard and Dr. JPHD. That'll be called by LZ Cards Fan 23. And this handsome voiced gentleman named Diesel Pilot I'll be with you. That'll be on the main Speed Gaming channel, Speed Gaming for that. And tomorrow we have one race. We have Charlie Boy and Dave Lindo at 10 p.m. At 10 p.m. The situation will be on that. Friday, Magoo is Adorable will take on Paradox 64 at 8 p.m. And Saturday, we got a doubleheader. We have 3 p.m. Gamer Cal and Johnny Link. And at 9 p.m. Eastern, Teeks88 versus Ryko Ryder. And looks like everybody is ready. All right, we're about to see what's going on in this situation. And we are ready to go. So the flag has been launched. Now, you free folks in the chat, please pick which world will we see first? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and or 7. We got a couple of calls for World 4 and World 2 earlier. We're about to find out. Flag has been sent. We had to go, and here we go. We hear a ding, and well, it's randomized. We have 2 forts in there, with one behind a lock. Otherwise, we start with World 1, and 4-2 is the situation. And this time, Diesel will finish his 4-1. And we have Fort Knox on Diesel's side. Nothing else to beat. We just one fort really to take care of, and it's Fort Knox to start. Alright, now both are looking to find their stuff. Obviously, they don't have do not have their tails, so they're gonna have to find one. Diesel got his Tanuki suit. And Dark Shadows is about to get his. Took care of his boom boom real quick. He's got a hammer brother and a broken lock. Oh, I'm pretty sure he would have used that star just about now, but he does pick up a mushroom for his trouble. Does Diesel. And Diesel will take care of his first airship right quick like. We have World 7 airship here. Shadow's taking care of his Fort Knox. And no! Down goes Diesel. He is, well, he's using his mushroom. Take 2 for Diesel. And And Diesel will gave up some of the lead, but he does take care of his first Koopaling right quick like. And so does DarkShadows. He's got one hit on this. So it's a very, now all of a sudden one mistake. And it's a close race exiting the first world of the game. All right, in the chat, which one do you think will be next? A lot of people calling for 2. We have World 5. Going in, we have a 4, which happens to be for 6F2. I think this seed decided to troll the audience. People are going, we want World 2. We want this. You know, people are going to laugh about this. For those who are just joining us about this one, people are thinking, oh, it's completely randomized. It would be 1 through 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It has happened in tourney flags too. So it has happened. Diesel going through the run. He's got some momentum. He only had one mistake. Picks up his last star that he needs. He's gonna make it. And, did I just for a commentator? Come on, Diesel, you could do this. He gets it done. Maybe the start. Don't make me sound foolish, buddy. But he does get it done. And Dark Shadow about to go into it as well. Wow, another Jet C, another Jet World 5. Oh, the Fire Chomp playing goalie at the World at 5-2. Diesel not taking any more chances. He's going to go straight for the P-Wing strats. Oh, look at that. That is a bad distribution there of enemy placement. That is rough. And Diesel gonna take care of business. DarkShadows not too far behind. Meanwhile, ooh, a heavy but a one-hit Koopaling to take care of World 5. Diesel taking care of business on the Shadow's gonna look at some end cards, make 2 mistakes, and he goes. Just a quick reminder with Diesel taking a 3rd L, but he's in the lead right now. DarkShadows just starting his campaign. And we have one of the beta levels. This is a beta for World 6. And this one giving Diesel a little bit of trouble. We had a hammer on the letter and World 6. And You guys appreciate the people in this race so far. Give them a follow, and don't forget to give us two a follow as well. Diesel going through a fort. Went straight for sixth door instead of third door, but third door is a difficult. Takes care of that boom boom. And we have a beta for World 1.5. So this is the beta levels. Now they're not in the tourney flags 1 because we're using the vanilla route, so to speak, keeping all vanilla situations intact. Diesel going into a hammer fight with oh wow, some aggressive Hammer Brothers. Right now, I'm pretty sure. And yeah, there it is. Fairly certain Diesel's not get. Oh, he can't. Ooh. Breaks his. He's gonna break his rock. And find himself at the end. Oh no. There he is.
Very useful hammer.
Welcome back to the booth.
Sorry, I didn't realize I was off the whole time.
Oh, you forgot it was push to talk again?
That's right. I also was pushing the wrong...
See, I got a dedicated situation for that, but that's another story for another day. Do not mind our intrepid newbie here. He is still new at this, and he will make mistakes. But you're not doing that bad, though, buddy. With a two-hitter with on Diesel's side. Very easy Koopalings, all things. And this world only cost a hammer, all things considered?
That's what it looked like. We had a very quick movement through this world set.
And Diesel got to go through... yeah, he's got to pick up a flower and enter World 4.
So we're going into the flooded World 3 fort.
I'm afraid it's my turn. I got to take care of something real quick. I shall return, folks. I apologize.
Fair enough, Maddie. I'll take it from here for a little bit. Diesel's making his way through the carpet ooze in the flooded fort and takes a little duck and then does some precision swimming to get his way right on through. As Dark Shadow clears the World 3 airship and makes his way out of Lemmy's little circus pen and makes his way into the fort as well. Does his own sniping of some cheap cheeps as well. Nice hits. And Diesel looks like he's going to try his first shot at the end cards. Makes two mistakes, gets some valuable information, and takes his way over to the pipe, and we'll see where he goes from here. We actually have, a very quick, he screen scrolls for the Koopalings for the, for the Fire Brothers, but decides to go back and gets himself a music box that could be quite useful later on, and makes his way very quickly to the World 4 airship. So this is a very quick World 4. It looks like we've got Roy's World 5 airship in play now. Of course, with this seed, we'll see Iggy here, the World 4 Koopaling on the seed, who takes three hits, a vanilla 3 hit for the Iggy. And Shadows.
And I'm back, and we're already done with World 4. All right, in the chat, which is what's next to start the back half. Some people calling for 2. have, and for those calling World 2, you are correct.
With no hammers to clear out, he's going to try another pipe. And even the star is trolling him with this Fire Brother pipe. But he does get a P-Wing for the effort.
He is going to get that. And World 2 is... Now, John, there's a new one. For those who have not seen, this is the beta for World 1.6. Which looks very much different.
Actually reminds me of some of the earlier worlds of the original Super Mario Brothers.
I think that was the inspiration there. Ow! Down goes Mario there.
Probably
now, there's a fort with a lock, obviously. If you have a cloud and a hammer, that's pretty academic, but yeah, you may as well beat the fort at that point.
A wise use of the P-Wing perhaps by Diesel to help him clear through this stage. And he ends up getting the fireworks. Probably a good choice.
Yeah, he was only down to 1. He needs that 5-star frog splash. 5 up there for him.
The World 5-1 Arch, the Chain Chomp Arch. And the PDMG's Pile Driver Micro Goombas are being really nasty with this one as well. But he manages to clear it and gets himself a star. He might end up might be considering going for another one of those 5-up fireworks.
We have Super Tanks as the fort in this situation. That is going to break the lock. And get into the first scoopling of the back half of this particular raid.
And with Boom Boom gone and the crystal grabbed, the lock is broken.
Is broken. Diesel not going for the extra hammer brother here. He's going to go straight to the airship. Takes care of that airship real quick. 1 hit. 2-hitter for this one. The Koopalings, I mean, I did not see the last fight, but they were fairly easy so far.
Well, yeah, Iggy was a little weak on the last one. I just said it just a few minutes ago, but my memory's already failing
now
me.
we
I
get to find out what
what
was the better strat here. Yeah, we have a star, so Dark Shadow gets an extra star in this situation.
He exchanged a star for it.
And World 3 up next. And no free pipe checks.
Always love to see some of our old Giant World levels playing in the randomizer, but Lakitu is really giving it.
Yeah, the Lakitu playing the heavy hitter here. Not going to hit Diesel, of course. He takes care of that. By the way, for those wondering, World 3 is the next world, and after that, it's World 7 and World 8. So your world order, 1, 5, 6, 4, 2, 3, and 7. And Diesel, unfortunately, getting caught by the dry bones.
He'll go and spin that star to make things a little bit faster and a little easier on this trip. And he gets the assist of yet another star. So 2 stars is going to speed him right along into this roll 4 fort. Oh no!
And we enter one of the tunnel, the underground maze for Diesel here.
Oh,
now there is possibility of clippage if you so choose, but I believe you have to be Big Mario to take care of that.
And it looks like our cheap friend is trying to make
our cheap friend is trying to imitate the big boss bass, but without success. And the respawn cheap stays upstairs, not bad at all.
Trying to take that shot at the cheap, but the turtle shell doesn't quite make it, but he'll build his bridge and make
just
his way
trying to
on
get
out.
upstairs, trying to get upstairs without using any blocks, but that's not going to happen. And now this strat, he's going to go right back upstairs.
And this is a time-consuming level, and it's a very technically challenging level. But Diesel does manage to make it through, and opts to take just the 1-up instead of the 5.
Well, he's got 6 Marios, and Mario 3, the 0 counts, is a life, so he's got 7 lives to contend with.
And he'll make his way on into the next World 4 fort. And uses a Starman to extinguish some hot
foots, but there was a wild one that just decided to give him a nope. And Diesel was checking if he had anything. He's still got those same 2 boxes, the music boxes. He's got to try again. He's got a little bit more momentum this time around.
And he also knows about that one little hot foot and decides, I'm not going to dance with him.
Good fight by Diesel, too.
And our Dark Shadows is still working on this technical stage from World 7. Manages to build himself a bridge, but without the tail isn't able to do the jump right over it. So he'll be just a few more frames out from finishing.
Now he's hit the block to get some platforming. I think Diesel learned his lesson with the troll copter.
Those spinners are always unpredictable when you...
Oh, bad distribution with the Hammer Brothers again. He's got a shot at it. He's got to take one down. He's got the other one.
Well played.
And he picks up a hammer.
And yes, love the... Oh no, Dark Shadows. Wasn't able to catch the star and ends up
touches the lava there, and that's bad. Pipe check leads them to this to the second third of the map, but not enough to get them to Wendy's castle. Ouch!
That was a brutal hit. Accidentally I suppose, turning at the last second to try to make sure he makes the jump, and ends up missing the hit with the...
It's gonna have an extra hit in this situation. These are a little bit more bad luck here. Oh.
There's one more. Oh no.
Just baited.
The randomizer being so cruel, you never can know, but it is good to know
Same thing
there
on
is...
the side of Shadows as well. He picks up his hammers from the hammer barrage. Take 3 on Diesel's side, and he makes it.
a little bit wiser. He makes it a little bit easier. Look easier, at least.
Oh,
And,
Dark Shadows missing his jump. World 3 is unkind to our racers in this second half. Diesel does find Wendy's castle.
And she's guarding the World 1 airship this time.
Now, the star will not kill the Koopaling, but it does help him tank a hit. He's got 2-hitter Wendy, 3 hits on Wendy,
4 hits.
4 hits on Wendy. No!
Oh, no.
It was a 5-hitter, but the ring launched before he could land.
So close, just a couple of frames. Dark Shadows making a move to clear the Hammer Brothers stage, and he's doing his pipe checks to see if he's got his road over there, but not quite.
He does have, he knows there's a, oh no!
Wendy giving the hitbox grief.
The hitbox was bad, and Diesel is looking as he's thinking about it, breathing. And Dark Shadows catching up. I'm willing to bet he's wishing he thought that was that would be an extra mushroom in there instead of a star. That would have been much more useful.
At this
Dark
point
Shadows
in
just joining him, and then the world ship better equipped, obviously. And he gets
does make it.
Diesel, but Dark Shadows has caught up.
we got 3 hits.
Oh,
Wendy's
bad
hitbox
hit
giving
clip
him some trouble again.
there. 2 hit. Can he make it? He does.
Does barely manage to get that without her swinging another ring at him. A well-played fight.
And
now
we have Frog Suit in the litter and 1 life left, entering World 7. No free pipe checks, but
Do get the course of many sliding hills.
oh yeah. And we have a little bit of divergence here. Dark Shadow's got to take care of the Fortress, which is a World 6 fort. And doesn't make it. He's gonna have these. Nope. Hits the lava. Uses a frog suit.
So that will make it a little bit... Or never mind. Caster Curse. Maybe he didn't want that frog suit anyways. So Diesel trying out the in-card game, is not able to make any matches, but he is entering the fort, the same fort, and he's decided to just ride the lift.
Right, the lift. He's cleared a level, so that's going to help him a little bit. And I was wondering, Shadows has his got his star. Does he get the kill? Not exactly. And Diesel playing patiently. He's got to pick up his mushy. Now, does he make it?
Let's have a shot.
No, neither will get the star kill on Boom Boom.
It is a
Now,
very
Diesel. Now Diesel has his now he's beaten his first level on the first style. He's got both beaten. He has the lead. He retains the lead, so to speak. Go ahead.
Oh no! Now we're going into World 8-2. Diesel using some key speed to try to make some jumps, but not quite. Barely misses that note block.
He's got one more frog suit. He is going to use it.
I would imagine, we'll find out here, but I imagine, yes, he's gonna go and
he
take
was
that.
using the frog suit to get the Super Mario here.
Right. And he's taking this set of note blocks over and manages to do those just fine. Here we are, we're going into the third set, or the second set of note blocks, and with P-Speed, he makes the jump, 1 and 2, and he's over and through.
Now, I believe whoop. Wrong pipe there, but he got one more level. We have a hand level, and he gets caught by the boomerang, bro. And he will get no help.
Still checking out that inventory, and he's going to have to play it. But
And
he's going up through it.
Both are in sync.
This is a high match. And our anchor in place.
Wow.
So
we have an anchor. For those who don't know, the anchor is wild. It'll be the same item no matter what. So if you have two anchors, you have two of the same, but you don't know what that anchor is until you use it. And both keep it up with the path.
They both find our isolated island.
The Isle of Trolling. And both are going through the same strats. Dark Shadows just a bit ahead. Now, what is the option here? Diesel puts the piranha plants to sleep. Dark Shadows did the U-turn. Diesel making more pipe checks. Dark Shadow not far behind.
I think they may
we have some contemplation going on here. We have found out happiness with Dark Shadows not too far behind. Shadow will put the piranha plant to sleep and a cloud over. Not to risk, but if he pulls it off, he is in the lead going into HE double hockey sticks. Diesel hammer shooting his way through the pyramid stage.
You will need to go back and get that beetle. That is the shell he needs to clear through.
What? Was that a one-hitter for Dark Shadows?
I missed the hit.
And Dark Shadows just catching up. And all of a sudden, we have a tight race here.
Diesel using the
Diesel didn't have the cloud, but
box.
Shadows had, and he's jumped in the lead. Diesel just going into his airship. Go ahead, son.
Oh, I was just saying, Diesel had 2 music boxes going into World 7 and uses both of them to bypass the piranhas. So he will take that advantage on into the airship.
And 541 will be the first level we see in HE double hockey sticks.
And Ludwig Koopa turns out to be a 2-hitter.
There you go, 2-hitter. And down goes Boom Boom numero uno in World 8. Last race we found the keep early, but it had 2 bridges to be built. We have some tunnel situation, none broken on this side. But we find the keep with an extra tunnel and a bridge to be built. Nothing blocking the way outside of the one bridge. So now it becomes the chase for the one that builds the bridge.
So with
Dark
this
Shadows will
Navy
go through his Navy stage.
With the Navy stage being able to build that bridge, we'll find out here in a moment.
Couple of troll bombs right over here to block the way, but nonsense there. Dark Shadow will take care of his second Boom Boom. Takes the orb.
And that
And
orb
it breaks
actually
the lock
breaks
on the
lock.
map, so no bridges built here. We have a Navy. Oh, we have the airship logo up there. That could be another fort.
I believe
So
he's
Dark
making his way
Shadows
back.
going back downstairs. This is becoming the great equalizer. Diesel going into his Navy stage. And Dark Shadows with a little bit of confusion, but that he's got extra time.
Diesel. Oh, sorry.
Taking an intentional loss of Marios is going to restock. All that was done was just a couple of things that are already broken, so it's a free bunch of lives. We have a hand level.
The hand level turns out to be 3-1. Diesel going right back to the Navy.
And Bertha takes down Mario on the side of Dark Shadows. He's got an anchor that turns into a hammer suit. Anchors are hammer suits, ladies and gentlemen.
And I wonder if Diesel will check it out here in a few minutes as well.
Koopa, the turtle takes him down, but anchors are hammer suits. Very interesting. Dark Shadows will go down to another hand level. There was a Koopaling in the face of the boss bass, but we have the worst fort in the game on the side of Diesel. He is going to trade in an extra Mario for the information, or well, that was not the case. He needs to beat it looks like.
And he's making a shot at it.
He's gonna have to. One of the forts is the bridge builder. This might turn out to be the exact bridge builder.
And he's trying to figure out how to fight the swamp. Manages to take that piranha just off the screen enough so that it doesn't shoot its fireballs at him.
And I've been informed that Diesel did use his anchor earlier. That's why we saw the hammer suit.
I see.
No,
buddy. Oh.
Dark Shadows in the Air Force, so we will find out at either the Air Force or the World 7 Fort from Heel offer the bridge to be built here. We're about to find out either way. One of them's going to find out in just a few short hops. He's making a better account in his world, in his fort. The fort is broken.
See a flash on Dark Shadow's screen.
That was off screen, like you mentioned. Shadows making his way.
And it is the bridge.
It is! The Air Force built the bridge. We have an extra anchor. Shadows, hammer suit, and star. 3 lasers at the bottom. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Dark Shadows' race to win. Or to lose. He's got one shot at a quick kill. Even if he doesn't make it, he has a lead. Well, he has the lead at this point. He's got a few extra items, so he's got a few auxiliary, and Diesel just found out he got the wrong fort.
He's going back. He's going to go back and
Looks like he's going to make the route.
Oh, yes.
Some of the hammers clipped through the thwomp, so no peeked in the third on that one. A couple of potaboos later, and no lasers triggered. One laser triggered, but that's about it.
Let's check out our fire breathing.
Fairly even distribution. And no extra lasers. Dark Shadows just about won it.
And 1, 2, 3. Oh, I thought that. Oh, there we go. There's a fourth hit.
That was cutting it close, but Dark Shadows is done. He's going to win it. Wow. 2 in a row for Dark Shadows. And he gets it done. Gets it through the door. Official SRL time. 39:58 with a little bit of a tougher go-around this time around. And SDiezal he's got to forfeit this one, unfortunately. He's sitting out the rest of it.
It was a very good race all the way up to the end there. I do want to congratulate.
We got a little extra time before the next set of races need to be built. We're going to see if we can get either or of the people into the call situation here. So we have much to discuss in this race. Yeah, that's pretty much what happened. SDiezal has forfeited. A lot of people was like, Magoo is adorable, shouldn't forfeit. It says shouldn't forfeit, SD play it out. Unfortunately, that's what happened. Dark Shadows getting set up. Ladies and gentlemen, here's your winner in our call, DarkShadows59. Congratulations, GG.
Oh, thanks. I was still shaking a little bit after that first game.
You know what? How close it was between you and Diesel?
How close was it?
He entered, I believe he had a fort, and you were an Air Force. Air Force built it. His didn't. So you made it.
Oh.
The decision was literally between those two for those two orb situations. And then comes SDiezal. Why'd you stop? You were right there. I have to ask. GG, man. Oh, there we go. We hear noises. I don't know if Diesel can hear us there, but
I can't.
Dark Shadow. There we go.
Welcome aboard.
What's up, guys?
Why'd you stop? You know what the big difference was? You guys were entering forts at the same time. Dark Shadows had the Air Force. You had your fort. Air Force built the bridge. That's what it was. That's how close it was. You could have finished. You could have finished with a good time too.
Yeah, I mean, I knew once certain things happened, I knew I was done. I just there was way too many deaths in both of my races, so I knew once I got to World 8 and I seen the layout, I knew that Dark was going to be ahead. So yeah,
I'll say this: you were in sync during the one of the hand levels, which was what the Hammer Bro Gauntlet. You guys were in sync for about 2 minutes.
That's interesting.
Like you guys were neck and neck.
It definitely didn't feel that way at all throughout my through both of the seeds I played. It did not feel. I don't know. I wasn't crazy about these seeds at all. I thought they were okay, but they could have been a little bit more friendlier.
Well, that's my fault. Sorry about that, boys. Actually, no, both were pretty jet seedy, especially in the first game. You guys
that first
kept it fairly close.
That first seed was ungodly good. That was one of the best seeds I've played in a while, minus the first world. Everything else after that got really, really good.
Yep. Both these races, my World 6 was not that great, to be honest.
Yeah, same. I think that's when mine fell apart, was like right around World 6 and 7. There's a part in these seeds where you start having a string of deaths, and those string of deaths really cling on to you, and no matter how good or bad the level looks in every other level that you go towards for, past that, it hurts so bad. Like, I felt like I was behind every step of the way, so I felt like I had to do more than I usually do in every level that I did. That's it's a really weird mindset. Like, I felt like I was behind every step of the way.
That said, again, this race was fairly close. Actually, I could tell you, Diesel, going into your World 6, actually going into World 7, you were in the lead pretty much. You were solidly in the lead. If it is worth saying, I think it was like a divergence of paths that, again, Dark Shadow, you got lucky finding your Isle of Happiness the way you did, but it was a matter of a cloud, and it was a very tight race going into World 8.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy because in my mindset, I felt like I was behind. Every single
actually,
level that I finished. Yeah.
it is where it should be noted. You guys took about the same amount of deaths.
Okay.
So this was a case of you guys were about 2 minutes away, about a minute or two apart until the two of you decide you one chose Air Force, one chose the fort, and turns out the Air Force was the one. It could have gone either way in there.
Well, that's good. I'm glad that it was a close race rather than a blowout, because that's all I care about, honestly. As long as it was close, that's we did a good job.
I would definitely say, pat yourself on the back, both of you guys. It was a very tight race all the way through, and very entertaining. I appreciate being part of it, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I want to give a huge GG to Stark. This was his. I think he said in the SRL chat there that this was his first 1v1 race of this rando. So, like,
it is
huge shout out to Dark for getting both wins over me. I would consider myself a somewhat veteran of this, that he would be able to get this over me. That's a big step for him. So GG, Dark.
Thanks. I was really nervous going into this, being the new kid on the block, because I'm pretty sure everyone in this group has a lot more experience over me.
Yeah, I mean, experience isn't everything, as you can see. The randos in Mario 3 can throw even the most experienced players for loops, which is exactly what, not only these set of matches, but the last set of matches against Tapatio, I have not been prepared for these seeds at all. So definitely GG to you. Definitely doing much better. Absolutely.
Well, GG to the both of you once again. That was a very good race. Both races were actually fairly good. So good job. And Diesel Pilot, not bad for your first race.
I appreciate it. Thank you and the rest of the team for helping me work through this and the technical glitch. I want to thank everybody.
Hopefully we worked out all them gremlins out, because you got one more race to call in just about 20 minutes, buddy.
Yo, shout outs to another Diesel in the community. What's up, dude?
Can't get enough Diesels. Can't get enough of them.
But yeah, GG to Dark again. Good luck on the rest of the matches. Yeah, it should be good.
That said, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for me, but do not go too far. Once again, Diesel Pilot will be joined by LZ Cards Fan 23 in about 20 minutes to call this next race between Human Mustard and Dr. J PhD. That is over on the main Speed Gaming channel, twitch.com/speedgaming. In about in about 2 hours, about an hour and 15 minutes, actually. 11 p.m. is the start Eastern is the start time for that. I thought it was 10, but it's an hour. You got time to rest your voice. That's good news.
Oh yeah, we'll be getting set up, getting ready for it, and I hope everybody's excited for one more randomizer race for the evening at 11 p.m. Eastern.
11 p.m. Eastern for that. Tomorrow, you'll be hearing my dulcet tones once again between Charlie Boy and Dave Lindo. That'll be at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, February 6th. You could join us for that as well. Friday, Magoo is Adorable and Paradox64 will be facing off on Saturday. Gamer Callan, Johnny Link. We'll start things off at 3 p.m. Eastern. And Teeks88 and Ryko Rider will be on the docket on Saturday, 9 p.m. is the race for that. And Sunday, big doubleheader. Teeks88 and DLP will take on Teeks88 will take on DLP 316, and its Paranoia will take on Sharky 2107. That's at 8 p.m. this Sunday. And of course, for all the information, all that stuff, SMB3R in the chat for all information, Discord, and all that good stuff. On behalf, once again, GG, everybody.
GG's.
GG's.
On behalf of Diesel Pilot, who will be joining you at 11 p.m. on Speed Gaming numero uno. My name's Matty J. So long from the Mushroom Kingdom. Have a good night, everybody.
Goodbye.
Good night.